praises and glory honor that's due to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, brothers, the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. We the brothers here at the GMS Kansas City branch, just coming to you week in and week out, just do a quick lesson. I came by the brother crib earlier, man, and I know he was talking about going into the economy, man, and we got this video queued up which says America's everyday life is collapsing, and we noticed that since the time of the pandemic began, inflation has went up, and the cost of living has just went up on a whole different level. When people are complaining about groceries, gas prices, rents, they said the cost of living has went up. It's damn near what fucking he was breaking down, like going back into like the 30s, and compared to now, it's damn near $250,000 to afford a damn house, man. All right, the average rent
with Coinbase, you can trade cryptocurrency securely
roughly,
in 6 easy steps. Create and verify your.
It was roughly
14 days, not one single job. The struggle is about to get real.
I agree with this guy. You can only sell it to.
You know how I know America is struggling?
yeah, the average house back in the day was roughly $1,300. I mean, not $1,300, $600. The cost of living. I remember when I first moved down here to KC, shit, I had a 1-bedroom apartment, pretty decent size, and it was going for the low. But that same 1-bedroom apartment now is every bit of $1,500-$1,600 now, because the average rents are going for around 12 to 2 bands a month just to stay in some bullshit. So the people were pissed off. They're upset with Trump. MAGA's turned up against them. And, people in the spirit now are voting because, they've been left out of the American dream, man. All right. So the title of this lesson is titled The Haughty People of the Earth Do Languish, which is according to Isaiah 24. Get that real quick, Baba Kusha. And then we got a couple of videos queued up. Like, we wasn't expecting to do the show today, but the spirit, like, just go ahead and hop into it and do it. So, the spirit is like the wind. So,
okay. This is Isaiah 24:4. It says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish."
Yeah, the haughty people of the earth do languish. And when you go into that word haughty, it goes into extremely arrogant, extremely proud. Because, as we brought our account yesterday, these people, they are used to living beyond their means. Okay, they're used to everything being given to them and dainties and ways of life and luxury lifestyles with BMW, Cadillacs, white picket fence, drive-ins, all this other stuff, man. So now that these things are being taken away gradually, the people feel some type of way because they're entitled mindset. But this is the Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, to say the least. All right? Keep going a little bit more on that, bro.
It says, "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant."
Yep, it says the ordinance, the laws, and broke the everlasting covenant because Esau, he's turned everything upside down. How now instead of having acreage of land and livestock, you're reduced to a mere plot of land, okay, with no backyard space. Then you have foundation issues, you have trees growing in your backyard that fucks up the foundation. It's a joke, man. Okay, the fact that he's turned women against men, men against women, children are against the parents. Hell, the way of life as we know it is totally upside down. So therefore the Lord is judging this place, man, through landslides, tsunamis, earthquakes, wildfires, all types of stuff, man, and we ain't seen anything yet.
God, and times are just so horrifying. This is no time like we've ever witnessed before. So many bad things going on at once. Because you've had death and stuff going on throughout history, but never have we seen this many things going on at one time. This many severe wars going on at one time, man. Like, things is really turning up down there in South America. In the United States, what they got going on in Chicago right now, that shit's getting real ugly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been called before that Trump is now doing. He's the first time to do besides, any other president, as far as bringing in wars and riots and chaos on this country, man.
God. Yeah, well, it's more on it.
See, I got one more verse.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, "The earth also is defiled under the habits thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Yeah, because I mean, barring the nuclear missiles and on top of that, people's livelihoods are not what they used to be. Okay, as we mentioned, man, and we're gonna play a couple of minutes of the video. People, they can't afford to live anymore, so therefore they're pissed off. You got these politicians and these MAGA people. They go to these particular conferences and they try to pander to the people about how they're trying to get things back down and how we're gonna get groceries back to a cheaper price. Look, that's all smoke and mirrors, man. Okay, there was never the elite's plan to heal America because it tells us Babylon was not healed. So they've been dragging you people along this rat race for the last 67 years, and you're finally waking up to the fact that it's nothing more but a rat race. It wasn't designed to get ahead or to win in this system,
God.
God. All right, so I got a quick precept real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 30:1, and it reads, "Woe to the rebellious children that says Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." Yeah, and that covering is basically another way of Jake's safety blanket, man. All right, they go to Esau in the shadow of Egypt to get the help for their so-called problems, but they don't go to Yahweh first, man. Like the scriptures go, before you do anything, seek counsel. But Jacob go down to Edomites and pander for a way to live. Hey, I want to take out a loan for a crib. I want you to fix the problems. I want to have you to depend on my social security and my retirement. But they don't go before the Heavenly Father and ask his approval of these things, man. And it says here that walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked in my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And this is what a lot of you MAGA people did when you thought Trump was going to come and make America great again. Because their definition of make America great again, or MAWA, make America white again, is to basically do away with the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
And everybody was under one commonality when that was the sentiment that Trump was pushing. But now it ain't just Jake. All you heathens are getting ready to suffer, man. So, yeah, brother, we can play a couple minutes of the video unless you got, some points you want to add. Feel free. Yep.
And that's going to change the world. Let's go.
Can you tell the class what you just told me?
How much would minimum wage today our boomers getting minimum wage in the 1970s?
My guess was $35. Okay, what's the answer?
$66.
That is diabolical. We don't stand a chance, you guys. We're
So he just said the average cost that you need to basically be comfortable or make it in America, she guessed the minimum wage should be $35 an hour. And they actually ran the test results, and it's 66 what you need to actually be comfortable in this place. That's fucking insane, man. That's like $135,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. And they can give people that wage, they just don't want to, bro. You go to certain little small towns, minimum wage is still like $12 an hour, bro.
God.
$15 an hour. Like when they say pay up to $15 an hour, you ain't starting at 15, but they pay up to that, and that ain't even enough. That ain't no livable wage, man.
No, not at all.
And maybe back in 2015, like I say, $25 an hour is the new $15 an hour.
Yeah.
If you made $25 an hour maybe 10, 15 years ago, you have been in somewhat decent shape, even though you need about $100 an hour to make it safe here. But $25 an hour would have got you, some type of way. Because people was living off $15 an hour back in 2014, 2013. But now, yeah, right, that's chump change, man.
God. God.
Group. There.
Bro, if I knew how bad the economy was going to be up to date, I wouldn't have been riding no bikes, playing no video games. But I would have bought a house when I was 10. They did a study based on today's economy. Like, what should minimum wage be based on today's economy to make sure American is comfortable living a day-to-day life, with the prices, how the prices is up to date? Bro, do you know how much they say you need to make an hour to be comfortable around this month? $66 an hour. $66 an hour, bro. Who the making that? That ain't even a kicker.
Nurses ain't even making that shit.
No.
You work 40 hours a week. At the end of the month, guess how much you gonna have in whole? 10 bands. Oh no, but don't think you taking the whole 10 bands. You forgot about Uncle Sam. You're going home with 6,500. Maybe a 7 ball if you lucky.
Can you pause that, bro?
So eliminate all the...
And that goes into, can you grab that? What is that? Proverbs. And it goes into usury. Read that, I think it's Proverbs 6. Is it Proverbs 6? No, it's not Proverbs 16. Proverbs 20. 28 or 29. I think like
Yeah,
verse 3,
28.
so 28 and 3.
God, I got 28 and 8.
28, 8, con.
This is Proverbs 28 and 8 says, He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
Yeah, that usury goes into taxes. So like what Jake was saying, like your gross, and this is the difference, your net pay and your gross pay. I think the gross pay is what you take home after taxes. The net pay is basically what you gross before taxes. So let's just say if you gross, I think the net is what you gross after taxes. I think gross pay is just like before taxes. So let's just say if you gross $5,000 a month flat, and after taxes and insurance and all this other shit and whatever garnishments you got coming out of your check, you only taking maybe $2,800 a month home a month in disposable income, and that's not even including the bills, because the average rents are going for $1,200 for a 1 bedroom. I was looking at this one spot not too far from where I'm at right now, and that motherfucker was 640 square feet, and the base rent started like at $991, which is stupid. But then you got fucking smart fees, because a lot of the new apartments now, or the luxury apartments or the condo, whatever the fuck you want to call it, a lot of those have that. They don't even have their keyless entry, so you got to pay for that shit. And then the amenities, and then on top of that, a lot of properties don't cover trash or sewage or rent water anymore. They push that on to the consumer to capitalize off your ass, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is why people are pissed the fuck off right now. And you know what? You people, you deserve it, because you've letting it get this far out of hand. Okay? You people have been in la la land and lackadaisical land for the last 60 plus, 70 plus years. And the fact that they set up a Federal Reserve in your system and put you on a credit-based system, it was inevitable, to say the least. All right?
God.
Bills and life expenses from that 6,500. You left even motherfuckers who making $66 an hour after paying all their bills and life expenses at the end of the month. They only gonna be able to save a band or two a month. So regular motherfuckers like me and you was just cooked. We just at this point we just on the internet seeing who can be.
This nigga say any man that wears a nose ring is on a DL. Yeah, you may be on a DL, nigga.
Fucking scoffer.
Fucking goofy. Yeah. Then this clown got Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and Kamo, man. Hey, get this clown out of this room, man. Your mother on the D-Lo, nigga. And you bearing false witness. May the Most High kill your ass and your family, bitch ass nigga.
God.
Oh, better. Who could be best at being poor?
Hey, get this nigga out the comment. Hey, you brothers, you moderator, get this clown out the comment board,
silent depression. When you compare the Great Depression to today,
and you know the funny part about it is, and it's like they still talk they shit out of all the shit happening in the world. These niggas are still talking shit. Don't you know scoffers are getting judged right now, bro?
Yeah, 2/3 is heavy.
Yeah, you 2/3 niggas are getting fucked up out here. You want to talk shit. Like, out of all the information coming out, you worried about a man got a nose ring. Maybe you the fucking faggot, man. Thought about that?
Yeah, since when does having a nose ring have to do with any of that?
Man, does that say that men couldn't wear nose ring? You know how many brothers got fucking nose rings in the truth, man? Like, you know that we're royal people?
Clowns, man.
Nah, it's all good shit, because at the end of the day, all these scoffers getting ready to get judged. But yeah, finish, go ahead, man. I'll get this goofy out of here.
Okay.
Nigga.
absolutely blow your
Better. Who could be
But
best
that
at
nigga
being
Wish
poor?
he said we could fight, ho.
400 depression. When you are in a silent depression, when you compare the Great Depression to today, this is going to absolutely blow your mind. In 1930, during the Great Depression, the average home in America was $3,900. The average car was $600, and the average monthly rent was $18 or $216 a year.
Can you
And
rewind
the
that a
average
little bit,
salary
brother?
was $1,330 during the Great
going, go back.
Depression.
Better. Who could be best at being poor?
400 depression. When you are in a silent depression, when you compare the Great Depression to today, this is going to absolutely.
Damn commercials, bro.
What kind of tablet is that?
Samsung.
Oh, yeah. You probably got to update it.
Oh yeah, they fuck on my shit. That's weird as hell. That should never happen.
Yeah, they cut it off. Try to close it out and go back in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like the dude was saying, he was like, back the price, because like a Great Depression, like we're basically in another depression. See, they shy away from that R word, which is recession. When you speak recession to these people, then they get on edge about it, because when you think of recession, you think of depression, but reality is we're in a depression right now, man. Okay, inflation has went up like 3 or 4 times since the time of the pandemic. Like here in KC, they say that inflation, this is one of the highest rising costs of inflations in the country here in Kansas City. I think back in 2023, we went up maybe 17%, and that was just like the cost of living, because as we were breaking down earlier, the cost of living here was relatively cheap, and it was on a gradual incline year after year. But after the pandemic came, that's when these major investors and these corporations started to invest in these particular developments, and they started taxing the people to live there and pricing people out. And this is the result of it. So you have a lot of houses in foreclosure. A lot of people are leaving their apartments, and the homeless crisis is crazy, man. But yet this devil is sending billions of dollars to Ukraine to help those small hats out. And he's sending billions of dollars over there to Israel to help, Amalek out, man.
God.
So yeah, man, this devil, he's oppressing the people. And I'm gonna keep. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to what you got, Ezekiel 7.
If your pet goes from weird to weirder,
Yes, Locky, this tablet acting weird, man.
drooly,
When you are in a silent depression, when you
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Got it back up.
Con. Yeah, but yeah, you bring out that Ezekiel, man. Matter of fact, yep, beautiful. Start at like 17 and we'll go down to 19.
This is Ezekiel 7 and 17. It says, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So, they're just going to straight up start throwing their money in the street or burning it. And there was a collapse in Venezuela that happened a couple years ago, and that's exactly what they were doing. People just using it as firewood basically to burn, and they got to the point to where they just started making like stuff that they could sell to tourists, little purses out of fucking the cash and shit that they had, because it was that useless.
Yep.
All the women turned to prostitution that used to be lawyers,
Yep.
doctors and stuff like that. They all turned to prostitution.
Oh shit, brother, you heard about it now? They got an ad going around on Craigslist, basically stating free rent for sex.
Yeah.
And he saw so much of a devil though, because see what he does. See, and the news or whoever, some type of news broadcasting got whiff of it, and they're basically making it sound like the women are being preyed on. But wait a minute, how can they be preyed on if they're answering the fucking ad? Let's just say if I say like, okay, let's just say if I put an ad on Craigslist saying, look, I'm selling seedless watermelons, right? And they can be fake as shit all day. But if people are buying it, and yeah, I may be selling something, but if I got seedless watermelons and people are clicking on an ad looking to buy the watermelon, then who fault is that? That's on them, because they didn't have to click on the fucking ad, man.
Right.
So now Esau is talking about, trying to make the woman seem like she just a damsel in distress. Basically, the women, they like, well, we're being preyed on, we're being targeted, because why would they put this ad up? I mean, why not put it up? Y'all answering the fucking ad. Y'all are losing 310,000 black women were laid off from their jobs in a course of 3 months. And you women are hurting for money. You don't have it like that.
It's always a double standard too. Let a woman put up an ad, free rent for dick. They wouldn't say shit about it. So.
Not at all. Yeah, but they show you the hypocrisy of this place. But that's the point. But men are putting it out there because, for one thing, the tables are turning. Second of all, men are sex deprived in this system. Third of all, hell, the economy is collapsing, man. This is why Trump have those troops in place low key, because the economy is collapsing around us. Because when all hell break loose, banks close and banks collapse and the digital system comes online, there's going to be chaos in the streets, and they need something to foil that chaos, man.
God.
I got a quick precept, then we can go back to the video. This is the book of Isaiah 3, and I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, well, behold, the Lord and the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and Judah the stay and staff, the whole stay of bread and a whole stay of water, man. Okay? And basically that goes into the Lord bringing a halt to your dainties, a famine in the land. because eventually these mass layoffs, these fucking foreclosures and the banking collapse, eventually it will lead to famine and pestilence and chaos in the streets. Okay, and women is gonna start selling the kuba, the box, literally for a bottle of water, man. So you brothers, man, y'all get ready, because these women, they finna start flooding in. They ain't got no other choice. They're losing. They're getting laid off. All this, we're the most educated nonsense. That's bullshit. They're not the most educated. They're the most enrolled, and they have the highest dropout rates. So therefore, hey, it's coming back to hit them. You know?
What, play it?
Yeah, you can.
Compare the Great Depression to today, this is going to absolutely blow your mind. In 1930, during the Great Depression, the average home in America was $3,900. The average car was $600, and the average monthly rent was $18 or $216 a year, and the average salary was $1,300 for the year. Fast forward to today, it is $436,000 for the average home, 48 grand for the average car, and the average rent is $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year, and we have a $56,000 income for the average American right now. So if you look back to the Great Depression, the house was only 3 times the average salary. Now it is 8 times the average salary. The car was 46% of the salary. The car today is 85% of the salary.
What was that
and
one
here's
time,
the
bro?
craziest part. The rent.
That's crazy. 85% of the salary of a fucking car. Bro, the price of used cars have went up dramatically, man.
Yeah.
Let alone the tariffs. The tariffs, and you got things that's being imported from China and India and different places like that. Hey, they taxing them.
It's fucking, yeah, it's bad. It's getting worse. That's the thing about it. It's not getting any better. It's getting worse, man.
Yep.
So all these numbers are just going to continue to go up and up and up. And yeah, you still got these Americans just not saying shit about it. You know, but pretty soon they're going to start saying shit about it because all these numbers is about to hit the food. Once it hits the food, it's a wrap. That's when these Americans going to start losing their mind. Motherfuckers start going out here starving to death.
Yeah. And you know what? And bro, they broke it down. If free a vehicle is 85% of the income, then imagine how much the cost of living, because the cost of living that's like 60% of the income if you really think about it. Like when he mentioned 85%, I don't know if I really agree with those numbers, but then again, you know, car notes are high as hell, especially on used vehicles. Like I got a little lady friend, and she was telling me last night, she was like, yeah, man, my car note is high as fuck, and it's an older vehicle. You know, and she's younger, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, she got it from a danky ass car lot. So, you know, she's probably paying a bit of 20-some% interest on an old car.
Yeah, she probably paid 26 something crazy.
Yeah, so she's probably paying every bit of $700 a month for a car note on top of rent. So it's shit is bad out here, man. All right.
God. And don't have kids. I mean, if you got kids that mix of that too, that's even worse. Because now you got all those mouths to feed. You got to pay for education. You got medical insurance. It's done. So you really got people. Your average American is literally driving around paycheck to paycheck. Like they literally got $0 in their account as we speak.
Yeah, credit card debt. People are literally living off credit card debt.
God.
You got more on that precept, bro?
Let me see. No, that's it on that.
Grab Revelation 6, and when it goes into what is it, the black horse, and then we'll play some more of the video. And I can finish up on this Isaiah the 3rd chapter. Isaiah 3, and I'm gonna start at verses 2. It says, the mighty men and the men of war, and the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient, and the captain of 50, and the honorable men, and the counselor, and the cunning artificers, and the eloquent orator. All right, so that's the point. The Lord is getting ready to take away the dainties from our people, and not only us, this system. All right. Go ahead, bro.
This is Revelation 6 and 5. It says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And it says, and I heard the voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Yep, the oil and the wine is just truth, man. But it goes into 3 measures of barley for a penny. Because when you go into that word penny, it goes into the denarius, which was the Roman currency or the Roman equivalent of a day's wage. Okay, like a dollar goes into measurement, and the version of a Roman dollar or a Roman currency was called the denarius or the denarius, man, which just means a weight or a particular wage for the day. So now the average wage for people to live is going to become so stagnated because prices are going up, man. So the dollar doesn't carry you what it did 15, 20 years ago because it's losing value. People say, well, the price of goods are going up. And I mean, essentially they go up, but it's really the dollar losing value. It's not that these things are worth more, but it's because your currency is losing value. So therefore, prices appear to be expensive. Then you have stagflation, okay? Which you get a bag of chips and 85% of this shit. You ever bought a bag of chips, bro? And like 50% of it seems like it's air?
God, yep.
Yep.
More than half of it is completely empty.
Yep. Or go to like these restaurants and you get like some chicken or like some chicken wings or some strips. Like at Raising Cane's, remember back in like 2018 when we used to go to Cane's after the camp in the plaza? Them strips were thick, bro. They was about as long as this book, probably like 2 inches thick. Now you go to Cane's, a Caniac meal gonna run you $13 for some baby ass strips and not even a handful of fries, man.
Right.
Yeah, and they even scanty here in KC because one thing about Kansas City, you order a sandwich, it don't come with a side. We was in Chicago last week and I took the brothers to a spot and the brother would order some chicken and shit. He like, let me get some fries on the side. I'm like, you sure about that? He said, yeah. I'm like, it comes with it, you know? And when he saw the amount of food he got, he wasn't upset about paying $11 for a chicken dinner because he got a lot of chicken, 3 extra wings on top of that, and a whole thing of fries with that shit. But here in Kansas City, 6 wings may cost you $15, and a side of fries or vegetables may cost you another $5 man.
God.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
I just looked up from that precept. It says measure of wheat. Going back into it, read back. It says, and I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny. Now keep in mind, a penny is considered a day's wage. So think about how much you make per day at your job. Let's say you make $100 a day, $200. What's the average per day of somebody probably makes?
The average person is making $20 an hour, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 40, about 160, $160 a day.
So 160 a day. All right. So a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny. Okay. So it costs $160 for a measure of wheat. And I looked up how much a measure of wheat basically what's that equivalent to. It says in the Bible, a measure of wheat known as a koinix was generally the daily allowance from one person's food, equivalent to about a quart of grain. This measure was considered the ordinary amount needed to sustain a single person for one day. So imagining that it's costing you $160 a day to eat just on food alone, man. That is a lot of money. Okay, and that's the times that basically we're approaching it on how much food and shit costs.
Well, shit, brother, if you look up like the price on certain seed oils, like grapeseed oil, olive oil, coconut oil, hell, bro, I went to Whole Foods and matter of fact, no, I was at Walmart and grabbing some toilet paper, and bro, I went to like the oil house because coconut oil, a little jar of coconut oil like this about $8, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. The grapeseed oil, the fucking the coconut oil. You got the avocado oil, $15. I remember when I used to go to Whole Foods and I used to get the extra virgin olive oil cold press. It used to be like $5.98 for a nice size. That same olive oil bottle cost you about $15, bro. That's a 50% hike up right there, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we real close to these exact same numbers that we read about, which is prophesied to happen, man.
Yeah. It's gonna get worse, man.
God.
Was 16% of the average salary. It is now 42% of the average salary.
If you want to drop your auto insurance rate, then don't skip this video. Take a look. I've removed my personal info, guys.
42% of the average salary.
This happened so fast that nobody saw what was going on. Our dollar was inflated away, The cost of housing went up astronomical. We had cheap debt. We had investors buying up all the houses. And I've talked about this time and time and time again on this channel. It happened right before our eyes. And the government came out and fluffed the data. They revised the data every 6 months. Like, oh, by the way, we didn't add 200,000 jobs. Go check it. Google everything I say. And we're seeing basic handyman saying, you know what, I'm not getting as many jobs as I was. We're seeing real estate agents saying houses not move. We're seeing contractors, construction workers saying, you know what, things aren't going like they were. Research, real estate lawyers, everything to do with real estate is absolutely stuck, but the prices have not come down like we're saying. If wages don't go up,
Rent never
prices
comes
don't
down.
come down,
No,
what are
never.
we going to do? And I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to change the way mortgages are done. They're going to do a 40-year note. They're going to dilute the payment to the point where it's affordable again. And they're just going to fix the numbers. This stuff is crazy. I don't know how we get out of this, because are people going to be making $66 an hour anytime soon?
Hell no.
No. And I heard a really good video the other day on never before in America has things been this expensive, but yet the stock market's so
That's
high.
how you know we're at the
College
end.
kids that can't afford to pay their student loans because they're getting minimum wage out of college. We got houses all-time high, stocks at all-time high. College kids basically saying they've got to finance every part of their necessity. It's crazy out
why
there.
that
I want to know
climate
your
shit is
thoughts.
hard,
Comment
man.
down below. Am I right? Am I wrong? What are your thoughts? Let's have some discourse. And if you're in one of these predicaments, let's hear from you.
You know how I know America is struggling? It's been about 14 days since I had one single job. I went a whole year working at least 1 or 2 jobs per day. And now, 14 days, nothing's changed. Everything's good. I got good reviews. Everything's, I'm a handyman, so do yard work, electrical, all sorts of stuff. 14 days. I have not had one single
Shalom,
job.
Makim, how about you, Mashah Brakatham? Bashim Kakadash to you brothers out there, man.
Yeah, shalom, Akim, shalom. Hey, so he said this is a guy that's a handyman. Now that should be a pretty much solid, side hustle position. Everybody needs stuff fixed all the fucking time.
Yep.
But he said he's gone 2 weeks straight without a single job. That is fucking bad, man. And why is that? Because people can't afford to pay for getting shit fixed. So everybody's turning to YouTube to DIY shit, and they fucking shit up, and it's getting worse, and it's just staying broken. They can't afford to pay this guy. So people that are construction workers and handyman, you should always have constant flow of income. You should be booked like that all the time for shit. But to go 14 days straight with nothing, that's a sign, man. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, hold on, let me bring this precept out.
Okay.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at verses 7. And it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drunken off our wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. So if you notice, like, with this tariff war with Trump and these other nations, they're basically dumping the reserves. They're dumping the dollar, the stocks. They're dumping basically their currency. So what happens when they start to dump America's treasuries, eventually, if they dump so many of them, eventually what happens is hyperinflation comes to be, and all that money comes back. And now, because America's economy is not being backed by any residual precious metals, that money has no value. So the price of goods is going to go up because they have no way to outsource shit. See, Trump was talking about bringing all the jobs back and making it great again. But wait a minute, how you going to bring jobs back when nobody's willing to work for chump change for manufacturing? Right. And you're not going to bring the jobs back, because if you want somebody working for it, you're going to have to pay them $40-50 an hour. But you ain't going to do that because it's easy to pay a gook or a coolie or a towelhead $10 an hour to build your iPhones and shit before you pay an actual American. So the whole plan of bringing jobs back was never a thing.
Right.
That was to dupe these people, man, because the people believed in that make America white again bullshit.
Right, he lied to y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So what did that leave? A part of a little bit of a solution, a little cushion, would it be all the people that's willing to accept all that positions for pennies on a dollar, which was Issachar. And now you crack down on them. Issachar is no longer here to work them positions where they accepting $6 an hour and shit like that.
On the fucking roof 28 hours and you paying this man $8 an hour and he'll get it done. But see, the thing of it is, like, it was never intended on them making this again. It's setting everything up for the chip. Right now, what we're witnessing is the squeeze. They're putting the squeeze on people, and it's going to get so bad to the point when this place collapses, they're going to let it go unchecked for some time. And when they finally come with the solution, they're gonna say, we got the solution to everybody's problems. After death and chaos and famine, people are gonna be begging to get that chip because, I mean, if you say, well, look, man, come down here, get a chip, you know, so you can have your job. Most people are gonna revolt against it because the average person have an understanding that the chip is the mark of the beast. Unlike 90% of you jackass in Israel that call yourselves prophets, people actually know that the chip is the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, man. But you got simple ass niggas that call themselves Israelites that saying the mark of the beast ain't the RFID chip. But why you think everything is going the way it's going, man? Why you think they're pricing people out of homes? They need to put the squeeze on people so people can get so desperate to the point that false messiah is gonna be their fucking chip, man. It's A plus B equals C. It's 1 plus 2 equals 3. It's simple. All right. And going to verse 8, it says, Babylon has suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for our pain, if so she may be healed. You know, because remember when Obama was, he was the fucking worst. He was the worst president that we've ever had. Okay, I honestly speaking, Obama was probably twice as worse as Biden. Without the dementia, you know what I'm saying? With the dementia.
Right, because he's the one that opened up the whole doors for Momo shit.
Yeah, DEI. Yep. The Obama already had a lot of the shit people don't understand, that like the whole international martial law. A lot of these particular mandates that presidents are enforcing now was all put into paperwork on Obama's watch.
Yeah,
man.
he signed off on all that shit.
Yeah, international martial law, the DEI shit, the no acts, don't tell, all that, man. So technically, Obama was your last president of the United States, and now you just got a bunch of empty suits in there, man. All right, but it reads here, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed, and how for her take balm for our pain, if so she may be healed. So yeah, you can bail a bank out $90 billion. At the end of the day, it's still gonna fail because that's what it's designed to do. Okay, and it says here, and we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For our judgment reaching into heavens and is lifted up even into the skies. All right, so they're not gonna heal this place. Okay, that's not gonna be a miraculous big bill that's gonna make everything go down. We're not going back to 2019. Okay, we're not going back into 1999 when you can get 20 pounds of chicken for $10. Them days are long gone, man. All right, the $1 Taco Tuesday, that shit is smoke and mirrors, man.
Yeah, that shit's over. Taco Tuesday is now $2.
$2.50, bro.
$2.50 per taco.
Yeah, man. Bro, we used to get $1 taco. I'll get 10 of them shits. You be good.
Yep. I went to Poncho's the other day. I was thinking that they had a special. That shit was $2 a taco. I was like, I thought you had a special. This is just $2 a taco.
Bro.
I said, oh shit, okay.
Out there on 350. You remember a long time ago they had that Funhouse pizza?
Yeah.
Or they had 70-cent tacos on Mondays back in the day.
Oh,
70 cents, and them shits was good.
Damn.
Them tacos probably $1.90 now, man.
Yeah. Oh,
for some small ass tacos, huh?
God.
You know, but yeah, we play a little bit more of that. If you got more precepts, you can bring them out and we'll wrap it up in a minute.
God.
Nothing's changed. Everything's good. I'm getting clicks. I'm getting, everything's good. That tells me that Americans are going super broke. They're trying to do things themselves, which is fine, but 14 days, not one single job. The struggle is about to get real.
I agree with this guy. You can always tell at the very base. You can tell at the bottom when people are not spending. I did a video yesterday where I talked about on Pensacola Beach, talked about the tourism was down. The people were there, they just wouldn't buy anything. It's because they don't have the disposable money at these inflated prices. And now we've got the tariff problem going on with that judge, what she was doing the other day. We saw tariffs, and then they don't want to collect the money, and then they want to refund the money. Things are going to get more expensive. This problem is not solved. Real estate is in a weird spot right now. And the only way that you see cheaper houses is for something to break. So it's like people are hoping for something to break, but we don't want things to break because then we're in a whole new set of rules.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99.
A whole new set of rules. This stuff's crazy.
Have you guys stopped paying your credit cards yet? Because I promise I am about 2 seconds away from not paying my credit cards. Literally, just the thought of going grocery shopping makes me sick. Like, how the hell is anyone even affording anything right now?
Credit card.
My husband drives a 2017 GMC Sierra, and it's $240 to renew his insurance. And we still have to pay $195 on top of that for the last month's insurance. Let's not get started on electric and how much it's going up. I just got a notice saying that our water bill is going up, and my electric company keeps on playing games with us.
Look, the amount of data centers and AI centers that are being put.
And she was onto something, because if everybody knows electric energy has gone up quite dramatically, and they blame it on the data centers. They said, well, it's because the AI and the data centers. But wait a minute, man. I thought you had like there's some shit that they was talking about, like how these things are gonna run efficiently and how the grid can't sustain all this power. So why you fucking with it then if you can't sustain it? It's just nonsense, because like I said, you have NGOs, which is non-government organizations. They come in and they buy up and they assume the identities of government, and then they sell the people out, like Palantir. That's all private. That's all privately owned corporations, man. And they're acting as government officials, and they're not elected. You know, I got an email from, what is it? I think, was it Spire or it was Evergy, either war. But you remember Evergy used to be KCP&L.
Yeah.
And Spire used to be MGE.
Yeah.
I remember a point in time, bro, this is when I had a bigger place. My gas bill in the wintertime was probably like $50, bro.
Right, yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, and gas is generally higher in the winter because you gotta run the heat. My shit was probably like $60, and I go months without paying it because the bill was so cheap, and then I get like a $400 bill 5 months later. But that's not bad comparing to people having $400 bills a month, bro.
Yeah, now it's like damn near $200 a month, more.
Yeah.
My electric bill was $400 last month, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And they got this so-called LED and power saving on this and this and that, and they give you this list of parameters that you can do to keep your bills down. Oh, you got to shades and curtains and seal the cracks. Look, man, that's all good and dandy, but that ain't gonna do nothing, man.
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, and really the price hikes is because of the energy companies are having what they implemented called peak hours.
Yep.
So that's a scam too. Like there's no reason to hike up the price.
Yeah.
Because you motherfuckers got more than enough resources to do renewable energy options such as solar farms. You got wind energy, you got hydro, and you even got fucking nuclear energy you could do. But because they don't want to do one of those things, they want to try to push the cost on the people. So this is why they're pressuring everybody. I'm constantly getting people knocking on my door saying, hey, we'll install, solar roof systems, solar power. But that doesn't come straight to me to pull me off the grid. I still got to pay the energy company a piece of the pie. Even though I'm getting completely free energy from solar panels on the roof, I still got to pay the electrical company for that shit. And they monopolize it like that. So you can't just be off grid and put solar panels on the roof. The city come knocking on your door and they'll fine you for that shit. If they find out you're not tapped into the energy grid and you're not paying Evergy, they're coming after you. So this shit is all a fucking scam, man.
And it's so funny though, because the Most High, He gives us free resources. We have free gas, free light. I mean, we have a sun in the sky. Why the hell I gotta pay a light bill for that shit? And like you said, they got peak hours. You got preset?
No, I'm grabbing one.
Get James 5,
Okay.
starting 1, and they got peak hours.
I
and,
should did have one, so I can.
Yeah, you can bring yours out, and then we go to James 5, and we can end it on that. But they got, like the brother was saying, they have something which is called peak hours between 4 and 8, and they got certain plans you can choose from when to run your electricity. So most people cut theirs like extra high, so therefore they don't have to eat the cost. But I noticed on the grid, like they sent me an email, and I noticed like 2 years ago, they'll show you how much energy you're consuming, and they'll say, well, it's double the price this hour. But now a regular price is double price, and if you go over, it's triple the price. If you pay attention to the graphs and shit, Evergy had that dollar sign, and then the peak, off-peak shit is $2 signs because it's higher. But now the regular off-peak shit is $2 signs, and if you go up, they'll quadruple the price. So everybody bill went up like 15%.
God.
It's crazy, man.
And what that does, if you can't pay your bill, that puts people in a bad hole because they got to get loans and increase their debt. And so now they got to not only pay that bill back, but now they got to pay interest, and the interest be so fucking high off of the loan they had to took out to pay their bills. That's when people end up on the verge of being homeless and can't afford anything. But this is the book of Proverbs 29:1 says, he that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, But when the wicked beareth woe, the people mourn. So people are right now in the state of mourning, man, and being upset. And wait till you hear out this Edomite chick's testimony on her energy bills and how much she's paying. It just goes to show you the astronomical way of how bad it really is out here. Mm-hmm. So people out here acting like everything's good, like they're happy and flexing. They're going home and they're mourning, man. These people are really struggling bad. And it's in the mass, numbers that are in the masses. It's not just a small few anymore. It's just millions of Americans are going through this shit.
Yeah. Should we all feel the squeeze, brother? You know, we all going through it, man. I mean, but you know, the difference between us and them, I feel like the Lord is sustaining us, man, because like the Lord is giving us enough to sustain ourselves, because unlike you people, we don't live above our fucking means, man.
Right.
Like I live way below my means. Believe it or not, like people may look at us like, oh, y'all niggas are flashy and splurgy. Look, man, Jake know how to make shit work. Like, you know, we got nice shit, but we know how to balance it within our means, man. And I don't even live nowhere above my means. That's why, you know, through the Spirit, we're able to kind of stay afloat until we can't. You know, like I ain't got no brand new car, man. I'm not finna go and get a 2025 and have to pay an extra 10 bands in taxes just to get this motherfucker tagged up the month later. That's stupid to me. Yeah. But I go get a car that I know is a reliable car and put the necessary money into it and don't drive like a fucking idiot and plow my shit into the ground. And, you know, and you know, Jake just got to know how to move, man.
Yeah, Jake do it to themselves, man.
Yeah.
Like I drive a 10-year-old truck.
Yeah.
But that motherfucker nice as hell, though.
Nice.
Motherfucker nice as fuck. I took the time to paint it myself. Got lights installed in the motherfucker, you know. Hey, people look at it, it turns heads. Yeah. But, you know, but Jake want the newest shit. They'd rather go get a motherfucking 2020, 2025. Hey, if you got the means, you got the income, you making $66 an hour, then cool, go get it. But if not, you know, the scriptures talk about that. Matter of fact,
shit, I was making $66 now. I go give me an 85 Monte Carlo SS. Fuck a new car, man. I'll go get a block.
Get a classic and drop a new engine in that motherfucker.
They last longer anyway, and they're easier to fix on, man.
God. This is Philippians 4:11. It says, not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. Just be satisfied, man. You ain't gotta have the nicest motherfucking house. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm prophesying in a house right now. This shit it's a 4-bedroom house, man. 4-bedroom, 2 bath. Yeah, I could with the credit go get something that's 6 bedrooms. Yeah. But that's gonna put me in a position where I'm in astronomical debt. Yeah. So people do it to themselves because they're so obsessed with the greed of the American dream. Yeah. There's a lot of greed. That's what taking too much shit than what you really fucking need. Just get you something satisfied with what you need to be comfortable every day and be cool. You ain't gotta have the best of the best. People try to chase pushing that Kevin Samuels pushing, being a high value man of having all this fucking money. Yeah. You know, you need to be a 6-figure earner, all that shit, and be overly obsessed and make themselves depressed if they're not achieving that. No, man. No, what you have is good enough, man. Yeah. Do you got a roof over your head? Do you got food in the refrigerator? Do you got a running vehicle? Just get the basis of it. That's cool, ain't flashy, and you're good to go, man.
Hey, the Lord said, "Give us this day our daily bread." Just daily bread,
right?
Man.
God,
you know, you ain't got to be out here doing videos. I got a Hellcat. I mean, but brothers, I'm sure brothers in G got Hellcats. I mean, brothers, you know what I'm saying? Brothers, they like different shit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you know, I mean, it ain't a brother's ultimate goal. Oh, brother, I'm gonna work and grind so I can get a Hellcat. Nah, you know, brothers get what they want to get when they can get it. Like, you know, prime example, like going into the whole credit-based system. You know, credit is good, you know, but they want you to utilize it, because if you don't utilize it, then they gonna take it from you any goddamn way, man. God. Like, I was looking at my credit report, and I'm like, my credit scoring went up in 4 or 5 months. I'm like, wow, I pay everything on time. But see, they got what they call a credit utilization. When you stay within the 15 and 30% of credit utilization, then it increases. But if you don't use it, then eventually your score drop down, because it's all a racketeering scheme any goddamn way, man. Yep. Then it went up like by 11 points and stuff like that. But even then, it is like, okay, it's a decent score, but what am I really gonna do with this? Like, if I'm not getting a business loan for something that's gonna benefit me for the short term now, then I mean, it ain't really no point, you know? God. These people, they're in debt. They ain't got it like that, man.
That's right.
You know?
And that's a sin when you got a place living on a usury, man.
Yeah. Kind. You have more on that precept?
That's it on that.
I got one real quick, and we can You know what that lady's testimony is? Is it at the end?
I think it's getting ready to come up.
Okay, yeah, and then I'll read this and then we'll play some more video and we'll close out like you got something else.
Come.
This is the book of James 5:1. It says, "Go to now, you rich men, and weep and howl for your miseries that should come upon you." And who are the rich men of this world? You elites, okay? You Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, the global elite. These men literally have more wealth than the 99% combined. How the hell does 1% have more wealth than 99% of the people?
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Bro, we were talking about it the other day. Like, out of all the land in America is being bought up by corporations, Bill Gates, just to price people out so they don't have to have their own plot. You got so much land here in America alone that each and every person can have at least an acre or two. Hell, if you did the calculation of all the people in the world versus the land mass of the world, each and every last human being, including every man, woman, and child, could have up to 4.5 acres alone by themselves. Every person on the planet Earth, you know. But this devil America, how many square miles is America? What, fucking damn near what?
Oh, you know, but
It's in the millions. It's a lot. But the fact about 70% of this fucking land is all fucking farms and shit, and yet people are homeless, man. People can't afford rent. You got 6-7 acres that you can build up 2 houses, a small business, a farm to till to your sheep and so forth. But Esau don't want you to have it because he ain't gonna give you the deeds to the land.
Right, and it's also the way the land and houses are built. It's all built off usury. Like, you got to get a loan to get a house built because and a minimum it's gonna cost you $200,000-$300,000 to build a home. But yet there are other options. Like right now, you got something that's going viral. It's tiny homes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have a tiny home. That's a house, man. It's a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom home, and it should only cost you, $20,000-$30,000. Hell, you can go back to how they did it back in the day. Earth built homes out of clay and bricks, and built the shit up with all these acres. There's more than enough, and you got billionaires like Bill Gates and shit can spread that money out. Then you good. Because right now, when you start oppressing the people, it affects their patriotism and their trust in their nation. So these people don't want to defend this place. So that's why right now you have all these people that don't want to join the military. Why? Because they're already on the brink of homeless and they're already getting their ass beat by the fucking government and poor. Yet you want to ask them to put their lives on the line. Yet if you made it comfortable for them, like how it was back in the 1930s, when everybody could afford a home, everybody could eat, they become happy to be in this place. They don't want to see it get destroyed or put down. So they'll gladly go defend it.
Yep.
So that's why you have people that mighty men back in the 1930s that if something happened with America, oh, you fucking with my country, they ready to go.
War. Yep.
But now nobody wants to fight for this shit. Why? Because you got a wicked ruler in place right now, huh?
Cruel Lord. The scriptures say a cruel Lord. Damn, baby said, sister, she said, Shamar, what is her name? Oh, Shamar, was Shara, Damar, Damamathia, palm tree. Yeah, she said, I work for an electric company, and now with these smart meters, they're really jacking up the prices. Yeah, because they can control it. And they sell it on the smart meters and say, oh, look, if you want to keep your bill at a certain length, then let us control your meter at a certain time. That way you don't have to worry about it. It's like auto pay almost, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And one thing too, they found out that a lot of those cribs out there in the Palisades too, a lot of the house fires start from goddamn meters, man. God. They can control those meters, man, and sometimes they overheat. And one thing about a thermal is something called thermal something. When it gets so hot to the point average water can't put that shit out. So they gotta let it burn until it phases out. Kind of like those Tesla car batteries, man. God. You know what I'm saying? And they setting houses on fire. But she said that prices are going up because of the smart meters, because according to them, it costs money and more energy consumption on the grid to run this shit.
And it's ridiculous because, when you let them do that, they'll adjust your thermostat to where the conditions in your home is not really bearable. Like in the summertime, when the temperatures are damn near 100 degrees, they'll put your shit at like fucking 80. Yeah. Like at 80-degree house is uncomfortable. Now some people that's broke anyway, they'll go ahead and turn it off and bear with the fucking heat.
Shit, my
but the average person, man, they can't live like that. You can't sleep in that.
Shit, my grandmother's crib is it, man. Please, older folks, their cribs stay hot as hell. It be and they be cooking in that mud. It be fucking 100 degrees outside. She frying chicken. I'm like, Grandma, turn the AC on in this motherfucker, man.
Right.
The old people don't believe in air conditioning because they didn't grow up with it.
They didn't have it.
My grandma was born in the 30s, man. I didn't have that shit like that.
And the homes were built different to be able to sustain without it. Like now, everything is kind of built to where you gotta have AC.
Yeah.
But like this home is older. It's built in the '60s. It has like something called a whole house fan.
It's an installation.
So like it'll turn every single window into your home will turn into a fan, and it'll just blow air to where I can actually turn the AC off. But your average home doesn't have that feature no more. So they rely on AC to live. If you don't have it, motherfuckers are dying in their home without the shit from this summer.
Convenience. Verse 2, it says, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. It says, your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them doth be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. It says, ye have heaped treasures together for the last days, you know, and the ultimate treasure is really us, because they got us in their possession, and this whole economy thrives off the back of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
God.
That's why the Lord said that you've carried my goodly, pleasant things, which is us, man, the jewels. Because Esau got his corporations. Even a lot of insurance companies had formal apologies in writing to Jake because of the simple fact that their companies got started off slavery. But wait a minute, if you were really sorry, then why the fuck am I still paying for insurance?
Right.
You know, the least y'all can do is not tax niggas and let us get free insurance and all this other shit. But, you know, reparations is bullshit anyway, you see? But it reads here, and it says, and behold, the hires of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, because this is a fraudulent-based system. It says, by fraud crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are incident to the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, which is the Lord of the army. So we're crying every day that the Lord break this place down, man. Okay, no matter how comfortable the Lord allows you in your season, because the scriptures say, you know, every man suffers within his own season, and then you have those seasons that you went through your suffering, so you reap the benefits. The Lord will give you seasons that you're just prosperous, man. And then you got those seasons that you just catching the holy hell. It's a balance. But don't let your prosperous seasons get you complacent, man. Okay, don't let the fact that you make a little bit more money now and you're ahead of the game with your bills and you got money in your bank account, you know, you drive a decent whip, people are being nice. Don't let that shit distract you, man, because that could be a stumbling block right there. Everything going too good, you may, hey, the scriptures go into how a man that was rich, but he suffered affliction and poverty a day and forget riches. That's in Sirach. I forgot where it's at, but it basically goes into how one day of poverty will make you forget a lifetime of riches, because it's like that, bro.
Right. That's why the scriptures talk about giving thanks when you go through tribulations and afflictions, because it keeps you locked in and keeps you in the truth. That if you get all good, you get too comfortable. You get, you know, what's the word? Spoiled. So now all of a sudden the truth is no longer important to you. It's important you getting the bag, you getting the women, you getting this nice car. But when you stay going through a little bit of shit, it keeps you grounded. So you got to be thankful for that. That the Lord the Lord can put that spirit on you where you 100% takes the world. And guess what? That's always going to end bad.
Yeah.
So that's how Satan works. He gives you the pleasures, he satisfies your flesh, makes you feel real good. Why? Because you sign that name spiritually in blood. So you get initially you get all this shit loaded onto you. Like, oh, I'm good. Yeah, see, the Lord blessed me, but you don't know, man. If you allow Satan to continue to do that to you, that means he kind of rejected you, because then you get overwhelmed with it and you think you're good, and all of a sudden, hey, it comes time to pay that tab. It's just like you go to a buffet, like them sushi buffets and shit. They bring you all them plates. They keep bringing it to you, and then all of a sudden they hit you with that bill. You think you was good. That shit, $300, $400. Oh fuck, I can't afford this shit. That's how Satan work, man. He'll give you everything you think you're a good case, and then you hit a crash, man. Even when getting high, drinking alcohol, you get drunk, and then you hit that hangover. You eventually you're gonna crash. So you want to play it out to where you're not drinking too much.
I barely drink, brother. I try to stay away from the Shikari. I don't do what it used to do. It's different. That shit has no regulation. If I'm around y'all, I may sip, but I don't make it a habit to drink, man. I stay away from it. It's not good for the body. I feel a lot better when I don't drink, you know, so. That's right. You know, but other than that, man, you know, it is what it is. But I want to say here, verse 5, and we can read that, and we'll play the last of the video, and we'll end it. Damn, it's already an hour? Shit. It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and been one time ye have nourished your hearts as in the days of slaughter. Yeah, because you've stolen. Everything you've gotten, you've stolen, bro. Okay, the whole now they're at war with Venezuela. What's that? With the so-called cartel down there. You set up the cartel, dude.
Right. They're the ones that have been getting paid off of it.
Yeah, and they saying, well, China is financing. No, okay, you're doing it. The reason why you want to go to war with Venezuela is because you know that Venezuela is like probably the richest place in resources on the earth when it comes to oil. Okay, Venezuela has resources down there. Oil was very lucrative, so when Esau ultimately occupies the land, he's going to get the resources. But it says you have lived in pleasure on the earth and been one time and have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. It says you've condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Yeah, because you can't resist him, because you need to go to this. Scripture say we should go to this devil for the one of all things, man. Okay, and it says here, be patient therefore, brethren, until the coming of Yahushua. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, but he received the early and latter rain. So be also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. So brothers just gotta just stay locked in, man. Hold on.
Come
All right.
Come. Play a little bit of this.
Yeah.
And it's causing a lot of this electricity bills to inflate and get higher. It's going to get worse. I just got assessed on my house for like a fire department, something or another. The whole county did. And at the bottom of it, and this is what's so scary, if you don't pay this bill, we can't take your house. I was like, I worked my entire life to pay off a house. You and 3 other county commissioners get together and come up with some stupid assessment that I'm supposed to pay. And if I don't pay it, they'll take my house. Isn't that wrong? And isn't it wrong that they can just keep creeping up water, power, sewer? I got a...
Okay, so your assessment every year, homeowners got to go through this. And they're going to come up with an amount that your house is worth. So based on the amount that house is worth, they calculate how much taxes need to be paid. There's no cap on how much they can do this shit.
Yeah.
So you can pay off your house completely, like in this situation. All of a sudden they come up to you and say, oh, based on your value of your home, which they'll lower or increase based on your neighborhood. If you're in an Edomite area, desirable area where a lot of Edomites want to live, they're going to steadily rise up taxes. So you thinking you good, no more mortgage payment. Surprise, now you basically got a whole nother mortgage payment, but an amount of taxes. That's how they can get your ass, man. And that's fucked up, man. That's a damn scam system. It shouldn't be like that. It should be restrictions and regulations on that, but there isn't. So now you got a situation where people can actually still lose their homes, even though their home is technically paid for. Isn't that fucked up?
Bro, in Chicago, they was raising property. They said that person's paying fucking $9,000 in property taxes, man.
Damn.
How the hell do you pay 9 bands in property taxes, though? I mean, you get it property taxes $1,200 a year, you $600 first hand. That's a lot of money to pay on a home. And then let's just say if you're buying a new home, closing costs, the attorney fees and shit, fucking real estate. It's a racket, man. It's a racket, and like one dude said, this Goop dude, he said, the only how you're gonna be able to take your place back is through revolution.
God.
That's it.
That's right. Let's see if I can fast forward to this chick. Yep, here we go.
Oh, the
Leaving the limo at your service. Here to help you save hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
We're paying for all these programs with diluted money. I need you to read the book, Creature from Jekyll Island. I'll link it down below, and it'll make a lot of this sense. It's going to take you days to read this book, but it'll make it all make sense. That we got a debt-based system, and they got to keep creating more debt.
$830.27. Anybody want to guess what that is?
Fucking light bill.
You won't guess, so I'm just going to share it with you. That is my electric bill this month. Okay?
Damn,
full
that's
disclosure,
fucking rent, bro.
that is less than last month. Our bill last month was $1,130.98.
You so cooked.
I'm sorry, it's insane. That is my mortgage payment plus more. Okay? I don't know how anybody is expected to pay that. So, I mean, our house is big. It's not huge. It's not a mansion. It's about 2,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. We had 5 children. Our bills
average
with
fucking
our
house,
children,
though. That's a family
all
house.
5 living at home, we're between $400 and $700 a month. So we have
Mine's
called the
2,000
electric
square
company.
feet, so that's only
They've
500
come
a month.
out. We live beside a restaurant. We were adamant that we were paying the electric company's bill also. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who can afford even $400 a month for electricity, but they expect us to pay $830 or $1,130. So, yeah, I logged in this morning to see what our bill was when it was due. $830.
It's going to keep going up. Interest rates are going to keep going up. National debt's going to keep going up. Wages are probably going to be going down now with the implementation of AI. It's going to make like easier mundane shit, much easier to do. So what's the end game here? So if you're not already rich, you're not going to be rich very soon. What is really the end game here?
I'll tell you what the end game is.
Collapse.
It's the middle class will be eroded away. The only thing that made up the middle class, for the most part, again, was the equity and some.
Oh, God.
Place is done, man. Precept, this is Deuteronomy 23:19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. But unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury. That Yahweh thy God might bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to in the land whither thou goest to possess it. Now, modern day, yeah, you could say, okay, Esau's not our brother and he's in rulership of this country. So some people might say, well, he can charge you usury because you're not of Esau. No, you can't. You shouldn't charge usury to your own people, your own nation, man. If they consider this a whole country, or they call it the quote-unquote United States of America, that's right there. They're categorizing everybody. You shouldn't be charging usury to your own people like that. But everything in this system is credit-based and debt-based. So now you have this shit going on. Yeah, you got a motherfucker that got an average home. That should be your average home size. If you want to have, if you're married and you having kids, you can expect your family to increase to at least 5 to 6. So you're going to need something bigger than a 2 or 3 bedroom home. A 2 or 3 bedroom home is maybe if you got one kid, okay, and it's just a husband and wife, you can make it work. More than likely, you're not going to want to just have one kid. You're going to give that kid a brother or sister. So that means you're going to have 2 children. You might end up by default having 3. And you get a dog, you're going to need an average size home, about 4 to 5. So she got a 5 bedroom home, and she got an electric bill of $800 fucking dollars, man.
That's crazy work, bro.
That's 2 mortgages, man.
That's wild.
And that's not something that was gradually increased to 800. That shit happened within a span of months, jumped to that type of price. Like, just a personal testimony, this last month was the highest month I've ever had an electric bill. It's just me and I got 3 boys. That's it. Living in a 2,000 square foot home. That shit went up to $400 fucking dollars, man. That's insane.
That's why this devil gotta go, man.
Yeah.
We'll end it on, get Ciroc 4, bro. Start at the top, we'll end it on that.
God. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 1. It says, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long.
Yeah, defraud not the poor of his living, man. You wait 2 weeks for a paycheck. Hell, scriptures, you're supposed to get your day's wage. Every day of work, you got to get paid. The man doing the job, he paying him his money. Why am I waiting 3 weeks to get a paycheck?
Right.
It's wickedness, man. You're making it so unaffordable to live, all because you want to crash the system and bring in a a digital-based system, because it's already credit-based. But it's all beautiful, though, because it's all prophecy. It's prophetic, and this lets us know that Yahweh Shai is on his way. So this is good news for us. Like, hey, we love this shit. We may be talking about it, but hey, I love it. I pray prices continue to go up, man. Fuck this place and the people in it. Keep going.
It says, make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. Add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need.
Yeah, defer not to give to him. And when you defer something, you're holding it off. Like they got what they call a deferment of a loan. when they basically take the payment you miss and put it to the back of the loan, and even then they add interest on that.
Right.
This is wickedness, man. But yeah, it said defer not to give him that's in need. So, you know, you see people struggling, you're supposed to curb the fucking the fire, man. But you make it worse because you want to lock everybody into your system.
Right.
You know?
God. It says, reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away the face from a poor man.
Mm-hmm.
Turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee. Which you've given all these people in this country millions of occasions to curse you, man.
The fucking world tired of Esau. The scriptures say that all the hands of the wicked should come upon him. And the wicked goes into labor. So these Edomites, they finna revolt. Esau's getting ready to crash out because see, Jake ain't gonna do nothing, man. Jake just gonna be, what we gonna do? Right. Esau like, look, the hell with this. We gonna do what we gotta do to get shit popping, which they should have done a long time ago. Fuck y'all waiting on, man.
God.
Get this shit on them popping. Get it cracking, man. You know?
That's right. That's right, man. So y'all people got to start standing up for something, man. But you know what? It's all through the spirit because that's part of prophecy. These people will start revolting.
Mm-hmm.
Keep fucking them up enough, you're going to start revolting because, you know, if I'm feeling the squeeze, millions of other people are feeling the same squeeze. The difference between me and them, like the brother said, we sustain. Mm-hmm. I'm okay. Even though that fucking happened, the Lord still makes sure we okay, man.
Yeah, we cool, man. I mean, you know, like I said, everybody got their bumps in the road, you know what I'm saying? We live well, you know, below our means to keep ourselves in the rat race, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't derelict. We ain't like, you know, you come to the crib, there's entertainment, there's shakar, there's whatever you need. It will be there without having to bust our ass and go above and beyond to be like these people, which lets us know that the Lord already had the provisions set up. Spirit, like, look, just pay attention to around you. Look at what you have. Look at this. Look at that. And the Lord was telling me, like, look, man, y'all gonna be cool. God. You already got it already set up. It's just a matter of you just being in the right place in the right time, which you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So just brothers are gonna be cool regardless, man. You people are the ones that's gonna get the hell out of my cup, man. Damn, you son of a bitch. It's all good. So anyway, you got anything else, brother?
Oh, that's it.
Khan, what you close it out, man.
Khan. So with that, Lord's will, we're edified. We'll go ahead and close out and give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, Natasha's truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopeful that person is truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom. Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Okay. Yeah, the whole ass nigga, he gonna say so anybody with a nose ring is suspect. Nigga, your mama's suspect, nigga.
That shit's so fucking random.
Fuck out of here.
You ain't got nothing better to do but to get on there and talk shit.
Yeah, it's all good though. Because every scoffer gonna have their day real soon.